Alright guys, with the end of the world seeming like it is near, I thought why not let's take a step back from all the negative and take a look at something positive for a change, shall we? So, one thing that is positive is Redneck Mini 14 is finally back in the Henry rifle game. I had a Henry, like an H001, I believe, just the basic Henry 22, a long time ago, like 5-6 years ago, maybe. And I liked it. It wasn't my favorite. I didn't like it as much as, say, a Marlin, but it was a good little rifle for the price, definitely. And I liked being able to having a rifle that was able to shoot both 22 shorts and longs, as well as 22 long rifle, which is what all my other 22s shoot. So for a while now, I've wanted another lever action 22 rifle. I got my really old Marlin 1897. It's missing some parts. It doesn't work the way it should, so that's really not an option for shooting 22 shorts. But you can find Henrys for a pretty good price, and there's some Mossbergs and Chiappas and maybe a couple others that are also pretty good price. Marlins are pretty expensive, and you're typically going to look for a used one, because if you want a new one, they're like $3,000. But anyway, I figured if I was going to get another 22 lever action, I might as well get something that's pretty cool. And one that I found on the Henry website was this Frontier Evil Roy model. It's got this silver, I guess, plated, maybe it's like chrome plated, I don't know, but it's basically a silver looking receiver. It's of course an aluminum receiver, because that's what Henry makes their rimfire rifles out of. But it's got this nice silver receiver, the silver barrel band, has a 16-inch, or maybe it's like 16.25-inch octagonal barrel, and it's got like a 12-shot capacity for long rifles, and I guess 16 for shorts, maybe. I don't remember. Henry seems to miss or like falsely advertise, I guess you would say, their capacities, because it always seems like their capacity is actually like one less than it really is, at least for the like the 30-30s and the 45-70s. Like if they say it holds 4, I think they really actually hold like 5, maybe even 6, depending on the model. I don't know. I don't really know why Henry does that. But one weird thing I always thought that Henry did was they have their magazine tube like an inch below the barrel. They say that's for safety, and so you don't, put your hand in front of the barrel, but not all their models do that, so I don't really understand why some do and some don't. Because you can get like an extra round if you just extend this all the way to the end of the barrel, like some other manufacturers and even some other Henry models. So that's one thing I never really liked about Henry. But Henry has a nice smooth action. As you can see, it's empty, so that's pretty nice. There are no other external safeties other than your half cock, which that is all the way down, and you should just pull back a little bit. There's your half cock. It has a large loop lever, so good for gloves, so that's kind of nice. And then I guess the only other thing that makes this rifle special is the Evil Roy engraved in the buttstock. For those of you who don't know, Evil Roy is, I guess, a famous cowboy action shooter, and so this rifle was, I don't know if it was designed by him or if it was made in honor of him, but basically this is just a fancy 22. Frontier, I believe, is the model. So it's if you know anything about Henrys, the Golden Boys actually have a different receiver than, say, your H001 or your Frontier models. Their receiver actually, it's just a little bit different. It like extends down to here. So it's a little bit longer of a receiver. But like the Frontiers and, you know, all the base model Henrys have this type of receiver where it's a little bit shorter. And that's what this receiver is. So it's different than a Golden Boy. It's more like an actual base model Henry, but it's just got a few fancy features. It also has these semi-buckhorn sights, and your basic front sight with a bead. So pretty much your basic lever action sights. And as you can see here, there it just says caliber 22 SL and LR for short, long, and long rifle. And on the other side, it says Henry Repeating Arms, Bayonne, New Jersey, made in USA. Another good thing about Henry is their rifles and shotguns are made in the USA or not made at all. And I guess one last feature, if it focuses, is there is a Dovetail Rail in the top of the receiver in case you want to put a scope on it. I will not. This is just going to be a fun range toy. Maybe someday, if the world doesn't end in the next couple weeks, I'll get a couple of like Ruger Wranglers, and then maybe a double barrel shotgun and have myself a little mini cowboy action shoot of my own on my own property, and just kind of plink around and have a little fun. But anyway, that's my new Henry Evil Roy carbine. I really like it. Can't wait to take it out and shoot it whenever that's going to be. God only knows these days. But anyway, subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.